point is, the end result is the same.
Duty calls.
I have searched the world over for you.
That is so cool.
You guys all just have this really tight bond.
Just call me the computer whisperer. He seemed so nice and normal.
You don't want to come back to my place?
The bleach smell makes me nauseous.
I thought it was going to be a slow night.
It's fucking fantastic.
I love that sound.
Can we go now?
Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to Beer with Buffy. I'm Rex.
I'm Josh.
And today on Beer with Buffy, we are reviewing Season 6, Episode 8, Tabula Rasa.
Tabula rasa?
Yes.
I would have called it tabula rasa.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Tabula Rasa.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. I don't know. I never looked it up.
Cool. I'm glad we had this conversation.
But yeah, it means blank slate.
Blank slate.
Yeah.
Now I'm mad at myself for not looking it up. Did you look up the band name at the end of the...
Yes, but I, of course, did not write it down.
Great. We'll look it up when we get there. Because I meant to do that, and I also forgot to do that. It's okay. We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
You know why? Because everything is infinitely easier than doing a musical episode of anything, let alone a musical episode about a musical episode.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I mean, that doesn't explain why we're 5 days late on releasing this episode.
Well, you know, if fans are worried about why we're 5 days late, fun fact, one, I moved, and that's been a whole mess. But also, last weekend when we were supposed to record, I was sick.
Yeah. The way the timing worked out on Twice More with Irony, you guys, you have no idea the razor's edge we were riding to make that happen. We had a very specific window of time closing in on us where if we hadn't hit it, you'd have been waiting another month or 8.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, if fans, especially Patreons, if you're interested, you know, we're totally down to like do a behind the scenes if you want to discuss it or talk to it.
I low-key had planned on starting this episode by pointing out all of the little in-jokes and references that I made with the lyrics, but
there's too many.
That's a whole ass episode.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, Adam Dennis and Maggie Herron are totally down to sit down with us and do that bonus episode.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
So you can hear from the people who made the actual music for that episode. And I've already posted that episode in its entirety on YouTube, and I put timestamps in there so you can fast forward to each of the songs.
Beautiful. I didn't know you did that.
But I'm also going to do another release of each song individually as its own YouTube standalone.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, if you want to give us some timestamps of sections of your favorite part of the episode, I would love to make some clips and put those on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah. That would be fantastic.
Anywhere from, in order to be a short, it has to be less than a minute. But I'm down for putting anything from like 4 to 7 minutes up. Anything longer than that, and we're going to lose people's attention span. But
fun fact, interesting piece of data here. Shorts have to be less than a minute, but on TikTok, you do not get paid for videos that are less than a minute.
Huh.
So, interesting dynamic there for creative short videos.
Right. Yeah.
So, we have a great deal of things on our agenda today.
Yes, we do. Why don't I start that off by fucking a doodle-doo?
Multiples, so it seems.
Several.
Yes.
All of the doodle-doos. I will not be singing them this time.
No.
But they are. Dude, the last couple episodes that we did leading in up to the musical episode, I already had the music banging around in my head.
Right.
It was so hard to not sing all of the names while I was reading them. I mean, it wasn't that hard because they're not in the same order.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have Elon Bond, Tracy Kidd, finally figured out name change meow. Formerly Willie Chalker, Monica Fonseca, Tsuba Spike, Audrey, two French last names, Bridget McCloy, Just Call It a Tasmanian Tiger, Allie B, Nathan Lancy, Dulcinea, Rachel Doodle-Doo, DTS, Calubula Sela, Mr. Tobalicious, Sandra Craig, Jay Sommer, Catherine Parkinson, Karen Moon, Chris V-Man, Leroy Jenkins. I don't know who that previously was. Bad at changing their name heaps. Two-Tone Don't Fucking Call Bradley Cooper Gnome. Father Defenestrado, Matthew and Doodle-Doo, Kelly MC, Jesse Rain, Alex from the Heart, and Carrie Phillips.
Thank you so much. Without you, this show literally is not possible.
Good job.
And most especially, the previous episode was remotely not possible without all of you guys.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the song lyrics can't exist without you.
And on top of that, we couldn't afford it because we actually paid people for that. It was important.
I will be taking it out of Beer with Buffy's ass for the next year or two.
I did want to mention that I find it hilarious that a bunch of people changed their names. I'm grateful that they waited till after we released the musical episode to do that. But it also occurred to me that they probably did change their names because we had them all log into Patreon to get the early release episode.
I locked down the names several months before release.
Right, yeah.
I had to because Adam was going to fucking kill me if I had him redo that section of the song another time. It was just going to be a hard no if I asked ever again. And I had to last minute change the lyrics of K-Fro Gnome, Two-Tone Don't Call Bradley Cooper Gnome. I really preferred K-Fro Horse Dildo without beer with Buffy logo and gnome. And I had to shoehorn that in myself over top of what he had written with Don't Call Bradley Cooper Two-Tone.
Right.
Whatever your fucking name, whatever your ridiculous goddamn name is, K-Fro. Mother of hell. There's a new name for you, Mother of Hell.
You know, everything I've learned about her, she'd appreciate that one.
I know she does and will. I can't wait. River Crystal Sam, Madam of Many Monikers, Mother of Hell.
Yes.
There it is. Love it.
All right. We got to move on. We have a lot to go through.
We do have a
little more.
We're
already going to have a big struggle this whole episode not talking about the musical episode.
I know, right? So, Elon Bond, we have promised to you for several episodes now that we would name your car, and no, not the meme kind of car that actually means cat, although that have been clever.
Yes.
It is an actual car at Elon Bond's request.
Yes. And, now you know, Elon, that the reason we were putting it off is we were devoting all our time to doing the musical episode. So we were basically rushing through every episode we recorded for months.
We had neither the time nor the energy.
Yeah.
On the last couple episodes of Angel.
So you have asked for us to name your blue Hyundai Iconic, which is a really nice electric car.
I believe it.
I really like them. It's on the list of potential electric cars that I hope to buy when our current Lemon hopefully dies soon.
Oh, man. I was looking at the price of a used one with like 35,000 miles on it. I've been saving for 4 years, and I still don't have enough to buy that car.
Right. Yeah, no, it is
I could buy
cheap.
most of it.
Right.
But I'd still have to make some payments on the last bit of it.
No, they're fantastic cars, though.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who's going first? I forgot how to play rock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
I win. So you're going first.
So I go first? Okay. I'm going to change up the order in which I wrote these down because some of them are better than others. I'm going to go with first the Psionic the Hedgehog.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, just a quick reminder for everybody how this works is we both wrote down 3 names, and then we read those to each other, and then we decide, like fucking gentlemen,
yes,
which is our favorite of each other's, and then we decide which one we want to be the ultimate winner.
Yeah. Very democratic here.
Sure. Yeah.
There's no pistols involved at all.
Unfortunately. So Psionic the Hedgehog. I like that.
Psionic the Hedgehog.
I like that.
This one I particularly love, Michael Faraday. Because Michael Faraday discovered the fucking ion.
Oh.
And then this one, it might be low-hanging fruit, but I'm really pleased with it. And honestly, Elon, I don't know if you're a fan of Doctor Who, but the Cardis.
Fuck.
Because it's blue.
Those are all really good.
I'm very proud of them.
Shit, man. I'm a little embarrassed now to tell you mine. So I'm going to go with, I wrote down like 10 of them too. Most of them I'm just like, okay, that was a warm up at best. All right, here's the ones that I felt like were solid until a moment ago. Pickle the Nickel Engine.
Okay.
Need something that rhymed with nickel. Hyper Hector the Vector King. Hyper being a play on cyber and hybrid.
Okay.
And then, I just like the word vector. It rhymed with Hector.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And last but not least, or maybe it is the least, I don't know. William the Bloody Horseless Carriage.
Okay. Obviously a reference to Spike.
Well, yeah. That's one of his actual names.
Yes.
Yeah, that they call him. One of his many monikers, if you will.
All right. Which one is the best one for mine?
I got to go with Psionic the Hedgehog.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's my least favorite of the three.
Huh.
But no, that's fine.
Okay.
And then what were yours again?
Pickle the Nickel Engine.
Okay.
Like Thomas the Tank Engine, but Pickle the Nickel Engine. Hyper Hector the Vector King. And William the Bloody Horseless Carriage.
I think I have to go with Pickle the Nickel Engine.
Okay. All right. So we're down to Psionic the Hedgehog and Pickle the Nickel.
Yes.
Do they still make those out of nickel? I feel like they do.
What?
The engines, the battery packs.
No. No.
What are they? Lithium ion?
Yeah, lithium ion for cars.
Really?
Yeah. They're extremely large lithium ion.
Right.
But they're not nickel cadmium batteries.
Huh. Anyway.
So what do you think? I don't know. I think I like mine.
You win. You win.
Psionic the Hedgehog.
Psionic the Hedgehog. Which would you have chosen of your three?
I'm most proud of Michael Carday. But I'm also A, a science nerd. B, I like the deeper jokes that you have to go a few steps to get.
What was the guy's name again that invented?
Michael Faraday.
Faraday. Oh.
We in the U.S. often call him Michael Faraday.
Faraday. As in a Faraday cage.
Which he invented,
yeah.
I believe. But I guess the British, and I looked this up to see if the pun worked well or not, because Caraday doesn't really work. Just changing the F with a C. If we pronounced it the American way, it would be Caraday. But the British pronunciation of his name is Faraday. So the pun works.
Good. Great.
But yeah, I would go with
I think
Michael
that is
Carday.
the most clever. But I have to use the same logic here that I use on TNG versus Deep Space Nine. And that is, I just like Deep Space Nine better. And in this case, I just like Sonic the Hedgehog better.
Yeah.
So, and Doctor Who, I'm kind of... used to like Doctor Who.
That's one of those
I don't
where
really
it's
care
like, I
anymore.
don't know if Elon is into Doctor Who. Like, I like Doctor Who. I'm not. I would not call myself a Whovian. So, that mostly depends on Elon. Now, Elon, you obviously by no means, shape or form, are required to use the name that we have chosen. You're welcome to any of the names that we've come up with.
I would like to say, yes, you absolutely are completely 100% legally obligated at the risk of we will sue. You can do jail time if you do not use the name that we chose. That being said, I will give you the option between Michael Faraday and Psionic the Hedgehog. Seeing as neither Psionic nor Hedgehog are really a proper name, but Michael is.
Yeah.
So that was one of the tenets of naming something that I didn't have in most of my quote unquote names, is
Being a proper name.
having an actual name in there somewhere.
Yeah.
everything. I don't even want to get into it. So cool. We finally did it.
Yes, we finally did it.
We named your car, Elon. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
No pun intended that your name is Elon and that we're naming your electric car. None whatsoever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you're not a Nazi.
Exactly.
And that's my favorite part about you. Probably.
Anyway, we also have another review.
Yeah.
How many reviews are we up to now?
We are up to 74
74
reviews.
One more review and we're giving away a hoodie.
That is right. We are
Man, we've been sitting on the cusp of that for a long time.
We are so close to bribing you for your love. And this one, now I could have sworn that I've seen this one before, like you must have emailed it to us or something before it actually posted. But Rex swears he's never read this one before. Nope. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it just to be safe.
Okay.
Because there was some weird fuckery with the way that the delay of how this got posted. Anyway, it is a 5-star review by Devilish Thang 67, posted on August 5th, titled, "Love These Guys. I downloaded the Apple Podcast app, Googled how to leave a written review, and did it. That's how much I enjoy this Buffy pod. These guys have the coolest transition music, surprisingly feminist, and highly inappropriate." Wait, is that the right one? I thought it was the one about the cat.
I don't know which one you're talking about a cat.
We might have 2 new reviews. So there's this other one by Laney Bainey from July 18th. "Best 2 funny guys review a TV show ever." 5 stars, of course. Of course. Or best 2 funny guys review a TV show pod there is. "I love this show so much I had to steal my mom's phone to review it again. They named my cat and then she died. Probably not their fault. ... Definitely worth a listen if you have a passing interest in the Buffyverse."
Yeah, I don't remember reading either of those.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about your cat.
Yeah.
That makes me sad every time I read it. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, an episode of a TV show that we're reviewing.
Now remember, if you give us a review and you email us a screenshot of the editing the review, we will send you a free sticker. And we have kind of an odd way to go about doing that now, which is through a coupon code that makes the sticker 1 penny. Because it's the only way that I can figure out to easily give away free stickers.
But other than that, it's free shipping. You literally will only get charged 1 penny.
Yep.
But it also makes you eligible to win the hoodie.
Yes. If you give us a review, anyone who has reviewed us that we know their name is in the running for the hoodie. Mm-hmm. Whether you have reviewed us years ago or whenever.
Correct.
Hopefully you still listen.
Last time we had to burn through 3 or 4 different names before we found someone that actually responded.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting out there thinking, "Man, I really hope I win that hoodie,"
there's a high chance.
High chance that you will win it just because you're the only one that's paying attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for a mom synopsis. We are way too long into this episode without actually talking about this episode.
Joshua, what are you doing, Joshua? Not singing. No. No, we already did that one, Joshua. Just making sure we're on the same page. Oh, 100% Joshua. Great. Now, who the fuck is Joshua? Well, now that you mention it, it's just a bunch of syllables that fall out of my mouth constantly. And who the hell are you? Well, I woke up and you were not paying me rent, and that made me feel very entitled to smother your self-esteem in a desperate attempt to fill a void in my soul due to a generational childhood wounding. That's very interesting. I have a nagging urge to not talk to you ever again because I never feel emotionally validated or safe in your presence. So, landlord. Mother. Oh, or landlord. That could go either way. Mother, how old do you think I am? Do you really want me to answer that? Yes, I really have no idea how old I am. Emotionally or physically, because it is a wild swing in either direction. What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that today on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the Scoobies decide to spend more time with Buffy to help ease her suffering. Giles announces he's leaving. Willow is an idiot, and immediately after promising to Tara not to use magic anymore, she goes and bungles a spell to erase both Tara and Buffy's memories, and when the whole bag of memory flowers catches fire, the entire Scooby gang loses their entire memory of self and have to surmise their relationships to one another based on empirical evidence of their surroundings and implicit embedded behaviors and mannerisms of each other. All the while, Spike is being hunted by a lone shark.
Yeah.
SMH.
Did you just say SMH?
Yes, I did. You're welcome. It was less syllables than shake my head. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't.
It's the same syllables.
Spike's being hunted by a loan shark and his vampire henchmen over a gambling debt of an unknown quantity of kittens. Buffy and Spike fight valiantly upon realizing their strength. Anya and Giles search for helpful spells in the magic shop. Xander, Willow, Tara, and Dawn narrowly evade the vampires in the sewers and accidentally end the memory spell by crushing Willow's crystal when it falls out of her pocket. Everyone goes back to being miserable and hating each other. Kind of. The end.
It is not an unknown quantity of kittens. It's 2 Siamese.
Oh, he did mention that, didn't he? My bad. I'm not changing it.
That's fine.
Great.
Ladies, gentlemen, spiny-headed looking creatures. As soon as the sun goes down, as soon as the sun goes down, vampire. Competition is a beautiful thing. Moves here.
Cold open.
Funny that you forgot your mother, but remembered the synopsis.
Well, I faked it. For show.
That's unfortunate.
How could I ever forget that amount of childhood abuse?
We open on the graveyard. Man, it's so good to see the sets of this episode after so long watching Angel.
Yeah, we are so excited, you guys, to do 10 episodes of Buffy consecutively.
Yeah, it'll be like the old days.
Angel's nice and all, but it's no Buffy.
It's really not.
So
I also wanted to say that Once More with Feeling and this episode are prominent episodes in my mind.
Uh-huh.
I never remembered that they were actually one after the other.
That they're back to back, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember much about this episode other than Spike being in a brown suit.
And the Randy Giles joke.
Yeah, and I could have sworn that he wears the same suit in a completely different episode as well from a while ago, the one with the dream sequence.
I don't recall it all.
Anyway,
we open on the graveyard. Immediately, right out of the gate, there's a fucking quote of the day. Spike shows up to harass Buffy and asks to talk. He wants to talk about their kiss, and Buffy's response to "Can we talk?" is vocal cord wise, yes. With each other, no. Turns and walks. But yeah, he wants to talk about their kiss.
Buffy, on the other hand, does not.
No.
I mean, come the fuck on, Buffy. You already went there.
Right.
I mean, okay, no, that's a shitty direction to walk in. You always, you never are required to continue consent,
right,
if you're no longer feeling it.
No,
so
what I'm curious about, and like this is all going to be headcanon stuff, but what I'm very curious about is after they kissed at the end of that episode, what happened? Like, how long has it been since that day? Is it only a week?
Uh-huh.
If it is only a week, she's been dodging talking to Spike for that week because you fucking know he's not letting it go. But also, more importantly, did they not say any words to each other after kissing? Did they kiss and then just turn and walk away?
Turn heel and walk away? Nothing awkward about that. Huh. No pillow talk? Jeez.
Like, I understand why it's written the way it's written, but it always makes me curious of, like, what is the headcanon of that?
Right? When you're getting that hot and heavy, that usually ends in sex.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems like the logical conclusion. You don't just kind of... It's like, it's either that or you just dry hump for a while, or you cuddle and you're like, I want to take it slow.
Also, I wanted to point out that I found it very interesting that when Spike is talking to her about the kiss, and I didn't write it down, but one of his lines is literally the only fucking reference to singing, and the only reference that the previous episode was a musical.
Which line?
It's something he says when he's talking about the kissing, like essentially that it was like the show-stopping end of, big finale or something like that.
I don't recall.
But the point is that is the only reference in this entire episode that the last episode was a musical, which I found that very interesting.
At least, I feel like they just wanted to get that one reference in and then move on. Kind of like me in the mom synopsis.
Right.
Except that we're still going to do a whole bonus episode about it. And we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, it's just like us.
Yes.
We're exactly the same in
We're
every
exactly
way.
the same.
Every single way.
Anyway, Buffy trying to argue with Spike is abruptly interrupted by a furry. I mean shark. I mean lone shark.
Yeah, it turns out Buffy does in fact want to jump on top of Spike, but really just to save his stupid life from a flying Spike. Okay, more of a wooden stake really, but obviously there's a lot of confusion between that and this episode anyway. Cuz he's being tracked by a literal fucking lone shark. This motherfucker.
Fun fact, the character is credited as Teeth, the lone shark.
Oh, Lord. I mean, okay, the teeth looked good, but the way the actor was able to use them was dumb.
Right.
And you could tell they just kept cutting away from him trying to do his teeth clattery thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, just stop. Just stop. It's not good. Don't do it. They just edited it together as best they could. I want to say it's the dumbest mascot head I've ever seen, but it's actually pretty all right. And it didn't have any malleability to it. The only part of his face that was moving was his chin.
The dude who plays Teeth, by the way, has one hell of a long filmography. And
I mean, I can't really claim that real sharks have that much facial expression either, but they're also, it depends on if you're watching Finding Nemo or not.
Sharks don't have any facial expression.
Anyway, long list of stuff you say?
Yeah, long list. He was also in Seinfeld, fun fact.
Oh.
Yeah. I have no idea who he played in Seinfeld.
Well, son of a
Nor do
bitch.
I care. But
that makes at least 3 people that were on this show that were on Seinfeld, and we've interviewed one of them.
Yeah, and it's an extremely long list of bit parts, but and in this one you can't even tell who it is because he's in a shark.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
But I do want to say that he has henchpires.
Okay. Henchpires. What's his real name?
Raymond O'Connor.
Oh, he played a doorman. All right. I think I vaguely remember an episode with a doorman in Seinfeld.
I'm sure there was lots. It took place in New York.
That's true.
Anyway, it's not a big part, but...
So henchpires.
Yes, henchpires. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah, his henchpires attack Buffy. She kicks their asses. Shark Boy tries to hire her as a debt collector.
Quote of the day here. He says, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. And then he starts to walk away. And Buffy's response is, so you better close your eyes, and then kicks the vampires' asses.
Oh, right. That's a good one-liner.
Yeah.
She's got a few of them. I mean, she's always got a few good one-liners.
She's a lot better at it than Angel.
Right. But she declines the offer to be a debt collector, which, honestly, I think she should have taken him up on it.
Yeah. Especially because it's still monster slaying.
Yeah, think of all the slaying she could get done while also getting paid. And then she wouldn't, down the line, have to get a job at a fucking fast food restaurant.
Right. And on top of that, it's a good deal for Teeth here because, like, you goddamn know that all the fucking bad guys are going to pay him if they know that if you don't pay teeth, the fucking Slayer comes after you.
Right? Seems like he would get a bit ostracized in the demon community if he had the Slayer working for him, but he would also have a fuck ton of leverage.
I mean, but think about it. Nobody chooses to go to a loan shark.
Right? Yeah.
Like, if you're going to a loan shark, it's because you're found
desperate.
no other possible option.
You're desperate. Yeah.
If he's the only loan shark, he's probably the only actual loan shark in Sunnydale. There's probably not that many other monster loan sharks. It's got to be a small market. He's probably got it completely cornered.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But Buffy, on the other hand, no, she's got to have morals or something. Can't do anything anymore because of woke. Fuck. So anyway, Spike's fucked off. Buffy kicks herself for saving him. She's like, man, why do I keep saving him? It's like, well, it's because he's got chiseled abs and you love sucking face with him, Buffy. Maybe you hate his guts, but he's a nice fuck puppet, apparently.
Apparently.
What you gonna do?
Opening sequence.
Meow, 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 meow. So, Xander and Anya's apartment. We've got Anya, Xander, Willow, and Tara sitting around a table, and Xander and Anya's apartment. And Anya pontificates a little bit about what it was like for Buffy in heaven. They decide to stop dwelling on what they did wrong.
No. Before that, though, Willow gets some really good, self-hate in before anybody's like, let's not dwell on what we did wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Xander, keeps it pretty simple and tries to focus on the fact that he likes Buffy. Buffy is alive. That is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Willow is very hyper-focused on we were selfish and we did an awful thing by taking her out of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But then Tara suggests that they should stop obsessing about what they did and more focus on helping Buffy kind of get over what has happened, because that's the smarter thing to do. You can't change the past.
Absolutely.
Or rather, you can't change the past in a healthy way. I'm sure Willow could come up with some sort of ridiculous bad way to do it with magic.
And it's kind of impressive how polarized Willow can be when it comes to the moral quandaries.
Right.
Like, she feels real bad about bringing Buffy back and pulling her out of heaven now that she knows, but she has no problem with gaslighting the fuck out of people.
Right. Well, as it's put in this exact scene, because she immediately is like, oh, I know, we'll cast a spell and make her forget all about being in heaven.
Yeah.
And this is when Tara reveals
it's
that...
literal magical gaslighting.
Yeah. And this is when Tara reveals that she actually knows what Willow did to her. And, of course, at this moment, Xander and Anya are like, you know what? Let's leave. Let's... There's an imaginary phone ringing. I better go answer it.
That's our cue to not be here. Literally anywhere else.
But specifically, Tara confronts Willow about the memory spell and, expressing that it violated her. She feels violated. Mm-hmm. And Willow is completely taken aback that Tara feels violated. And very specifically... and
I say violated.
Very specifically, and I love the writing and acting to this, very specifically, Willow, her response to hearing that Tara feels violated is very much but I didn't mean to violate you. And it just that
you're not allowed to feel violated because I didn't mean to.
Well, and because Tara points out that Willow's being exceptionally selfish. Mm-hmm. Because even in the way that she wants to help Buffy, it has nothing to fucking do about Buffy. It has everything to do with alleviating her guilt over what she did to Buffy. She doesn't give a shit. She's so wrapped up in the power that she has and how she can mold and change the world around her that she wants to selfishly eliminate her guilt by fucking erasing Buffy's memory.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's drunk on power.
Exactly.
At this point.
And Tara points out that, yeah, maybe you started with just wanting to help people, but you've grown selfish. You're going too far.
Mm-hmm.
And, the argument kind of ends with Willow saying that she'll promise to not do magic for a month, but Tara's like, how about not for a week? Go a week and we'll talk.
Okay, killer. A month is a bit ambitious. Also, I can't go a month without getting laid. So how about a week? Sound good? All right.
But the whole fucking conversation here is a very elaborate way for Willow to be going, I can change, baby, I promise.
I swear. I'll swear it, baby.
I'll never do that again. I'll never hurt you again. I didn't mean to.
You know I love you. So, Tara promises if she can do that, she'll think about not leaving her. They use this argument to transition to Giles and Buffy having a very similar conversation.
Yes. Because fuck Giles.
Well, this guy wants to fight with weapons. I've got it covered from A to Z. From axe to the other axe.
I'm fairly certain I said no interruptions.
Fuck Giles. Cut to the training room where Buffy is not fucking Giles.
No.
That'd be awkward.
A little awkward.
So, but we're piggybacking on Willow's line, are you saying you're going to leave me? And Giles responds to Buffy as if having said the exact same thing as Willow just did. He says, I have to. And Buffy gets upset at Giles for pretty much all the same reasons that I have been for the whole season now.
Yes.
So at least it's not like the writers didn't actually think of all this shit. They just wanted to exploit it for some drama. I can just see them sitting in the writer's room going like, no, hear me out, guys. Like, what if Giles just makes a terrible judgment call repeatedly, but then it works out for the better because, I don't know, bootstraps or some shit.
Yeah. I did want to mention, I thought it was very clever that in the previous episode, the play on with the music and Tara and Giles both talking about leaving Willow and Buffy, and the fact that Tara's line rolls into Giles's line in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think that's a clever, deep
it was
sort of choice in writing.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely had that theme threading between Willow and Tara's relationship and Buffy and Giles, at least starting with Once More with Feeling.
The difference being that Tara unquestionably should leave Willow, and Giles should maybe do some reassessing.
Consider not abandoning Buffy altogether.
If nothing else, for fuck's sake, Giles has more proper information about the scenario than he did before the previous episode. His judgment of the situation isn't fucking accurate. Mm-hmm. His decision to leave was based on incorrect information.
Yeah, you have no idea the trauma that this woman has gone through at this point. She needs your fucking support for longer than, a couple of months that she's been back now? You have no idea what she's been through.
Right.
And she needs your support as long as she goddamn well wants it.
Now, granted, I do believe that there's a certain level of like, hey, look, you can't shove everything onto me. But for fuck's sake, Giles, place some fucking boundaries.
Tell her,
there you go.
Buffy, I think you should handle this situation with Dawn instead of just, well, fuck it, I'm going back to London because you're not taking it upon yourself. Boundaries.
And I do think there's a certain level of what Giles is doing here isn't so much he's trying to punish Buffy for the situation. He's trying to punish himself for him not being able to fucking put some boundaries down like a fucking adult.
I mean, I don't think he's even trying to, I don't think he's trying to punish anyone, but he's certainly not tapping his creative resources nearly hard enough.
Yeah. He's better than this. We've seen him better than this.
Yes. Constantly, consistently throughout the series, he's better than this. And I wonder if there was just some forces outside of the show that they just couldn't afford Anthony Stewart Head anymore, which is what, even as of last episode, he's credited as a guest star.
Oh, you are correct. Now I'm going to fucking pull the wiki up and look that up, because now I'm really curious if that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
Because that never remotely occurred to me.
I mean, yeah, he's such a popular character. Shows don't get rid of popular characters. Right. Even The Walking Dead, which is notorious for killing off main characters.
Yeah.
They never got rid of Daryl. They never got rid of... Now I can't remember anybody else's name from that show. But like 3 or 4 people from the very beginning of that show made it all the way to the end. Carol. Daryl and Carol. How could I forget that? Ezekiel, the king. But he's not from the very beginning. I think it might just be Daryl and Carol from the very beginning. Anyway, I don't want to spoil too much about that show. So, yeah.
No, there's nothing in the behind-the-scenes notes on the wiki about that.
Buffy even tries talking him into not leaving, but Giles has made up his mind, but he feels really bad about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Don't go putting your guilt on her as well. You're already fucking leaving her. At least pull a Harry and the Hendersons and punch her in the face and run.
He is going to be gone. So this is episode 8. He's going to be gone. Yeah, I was not paying attention to what you said.
I'm so sad that you were busy doing something else, because I think that was fucking funny.
What'd you say?
I said at least pull a Harry and the Hendersons, punch her in the face and run. And tell her to go on, get.
Okay, that is good. No, so he returns in the 21st episode of this season.
Mm-hmm.
So he is gone for 13 episodes. Well, no, 12 episodes.
Of this season?
Of this season.
Blah. Ugh. Blah.
No, it doesn't say in that one why he leaves either. I'm really curious about it. I think it might be because he probably had some sort of deal, maybe a movie happen or maybe a stage play or something. I'm going to look into that more, of like the timing of like what did he have going on?
Well, since he's the only actor in the show that's actually British,
right?
Maybe Anthony Stewart Head legitimately needed to go home for some reason.
Yeah, true.
Like,
like he has been living in LA this whole time
where they're filming. Yeah. Well, we might have to do a little heavier research on that. Yeah. Or hey, if you happen to know, give us a call at 269-743-0783.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Or if you're Anthony Stewart Head,
you know what? Matter of fact, we know you listen. We know you listen.
Also, give us a call at 269-743-0783. So, whatever. We cut to Buffy's house. Tara and Dawn are ready to leave, but Willow's still wearing towels.
Yeah, this is the next day. They're getting ready to head to the magic shop. Willow's at the top of the stairs. She's just got out of the shower, apparently.
She tells Dawn and Tara to go on without her because she's still got to finish getting dressed. Tara's super annoyed, but she's like, fine, whatever. And
the look on her face isn't annoyance. The look on her face is she fucking knows. The moment that her and Dawn walk out that door, Willow is going to fucking cast a spell.
She knows Willow too well. Yeah. I mean, it is annoyance, but it's not annoyance at her taking too long.
Yeah. And, you know, there is something to be said here that, like, she's taking longer to get ready because she doesn't have magic to use to do it. And, like, that could make some sense. But still, just the look on Tara's face is pure, just, I know what you're about to do. You're just waiting for me to turn away and walk away so that you can cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and fucking behold, that's exactly what happens.
The second they walk out the door, because Dawn urges her to hurry up. Weird quote here. She's like, you don't want to miss the lowdown on our latest featured creature. Because I guess they're under the impression. Oh, it's because Giles has an announcement to make. That's all they know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it a shark? I bet it's a shark. But yeah, the second they're out the door, she literally just steps out of camera line.
Yeah.
And we hear a bing or something, some sort of magic noise.
Yep, and she's all dressed, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Then she heads downstairs.
And I must say, looking good.
Yeah.
It's a nice outfit. But
Her entire fashion sense got way improved once she became a lesbian.
way better, yeah. Is that how that works? All you have to do is be gay, and suddenly you have fashion sense.
I think all you have to do is have self-esteem.
Genius.
And, once you become gay, or like out as gay.
Come out of the closet and
Yeah.
you're being your authentic self.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Good point. Good point.
Also, I'm sure after the trials of coming out of the closet, it's a lot easier to be brave about a lot of other things like clothes.
I imagine. Yeah, because at that point, you don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not a shark. It's Willow, because she's being absolutely pathological. And not only does she just zap into her outfit, which could kind of be forgiven, except for the fact that it explicitly goes against what she told Tara. Not only that, but she's done this deception to buy herself time to do another spell.
Yep.
And this time she's burning like a whole fucking bundle of that same flower or herb or whatever it is that does the memory kablamo. And she casts that memory wiping spell that she was talking about on both Buffy and Tara at the same fucking time. I'm like, oh my God, Willow, you fucking tit. You have a real problem.
Yeah.
Tara can't leave you alone for 5 fucking seconds. Does she have to lock her jaw around your vulva? I mean, really?
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to go with yes, because I think that solves the problem in its entirety.
I mean, if nothing else, it would be really hard for her to cast spells while that distraction is happening. I'm sure.
I think it solves the problem with Giles, too. I think he'd be like, she seems to be stuck. I'll have to stay stateside to tend to this malady. Everyone wins! No, but really, tell me, Rex, I have a question. If a human centipede is a chain of people ass to mouth,
Oh my God.
what's a chain of people vagina to mouth?
I don't know.
Is it a human caterpillar?
I got nothing.
Definitely seems more pleasant than ass to mouth.
I mean,
I think we can all agree on that. It's at the very least, sanitation-wise, much safer.
oh my fucking God.
I'm highly inappropriate. Still got it.
Oh, fuck. It's not that often it happens where you actually legitimately
surprise you,
like surprise me and make me speechless. But
those are my favorite moments.
Jesus fucking
So, what were you saying?
I don't know.
I felt like you had something vaguely important to talk about.
It's gone. Whatever it was.
Fantastic.
It's gone.
Frankly, it's ludicrous to have these interlocking bodies and not interlock.
Putrefying diseases. It'll make you blind and insane, but it won't kill you.
Light up your candles and have sex near them.
This car, I like it.
Please remove your clothing now.
So we got to the magic box.
Where Buffy, Giles, Tara, Anya, and Dawn are waiting. Dawn has a little back and forth with Giles here about who the big bad is that they're going to be talking about.
Dawn's a little disappointed. There are, in fact, no oogly booglies to talk about. It's really just, oh shit, Spike's on fire! Or just has some dry ice down his pants and is dressed in his old-timey brown suit and a hunting hat as a disguise. Thank God we only see him in that hunting hat this one moment.
Right. First though, Xander and Willow come in. They make it a point of mentioning that Willow is wearing Xander's coat because he was cold.
Yes, they definitely established that well.
That's an important plot piece for when they're trying to figure out who they are later.
Ish. It's not unimportant.
Again, with the really good facial acting from
Willow?
Amber Benson.
Tara,
yeah.
for the layman.
Because when Willow and Xander come in, she looks over and you can see it on her face. She fucking knows.
Oh,
she knows.
She knows.
She's probably of the mind of like, man, Willow looks really hot. There's no way she did that in that time frame available.
Absolutely no way whatsoever. I mean, it's just a well-fitting shirt and pants, really. I guess her hair too.
You know, depending on the pants, that could take a while to get into.
Depending on how bloated you're feeling that day.
I mean, there's a lot of the leather pants that Buffy wears that I'm like, how?
She needed a team of professionals
that shit
to get into those. Yeah,
I've never worn leather pants. I don't think I ever want to wear leather pants.
Seem like it'd be comfortable.
I can't imagine that they breathe.
I can't handle being in a polyester shirt.
Oh God, yeah. Ugh. No, I try to wear 100% cotton as much as possible.
Oh yeah.
I need clothes that breathe. God damn.
Yeah, and I just acquired a nylon shirt, not realizing that nylon is less breathable than polyester.
Yes.
And I'm like, shit.
Yes.
Oops.
It's also worse when wet. Because it absorbs sweat.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. It's a good looking shirt too. Damn. Oh well. So Spike looks terrible in his brown suit and hunting hat.
Hey, it's a smoking suit.
Okay.
Because he's smoking.
He's smoking. Whether it's a stylistic smoking suit or not, it is a smoking suit now.
I'm going to roll with these puns today.
Yeah, go you. I'm so proud of you. So, but basically he's just doing it to hide from the loan shark. I'm still so pissed about that pun.
I am not. I love it.
It's so fucking bad. But great at the same time. Willow pulls out the crystal, which is glowing green. She just looks at it real quick, and then we cut back to the fire, which is still roaring, and there's an errant ember that ignites the rest of the bag that she left right next to the fire of the memory herb, whatever it's called.
Is Sunnydale in Southern California? Has that ever been established where in California it is?
I don't think so, but I mean, for starters, Sunnydale does not exist.
I am aware of that.
Sunnyvale is, I want to say Southern California, and it is basically the same location. It's right next to Hanna. Is it Hanna-Barbera or is Hanna-Barbera just the animation company? Santa Barbara? We don't know California. We don't do the West Coast.
It is southern. It is Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. I had it right. Okay.
It's in Southern California near Santa Barbara. It is cold enough for A, them to have a roaring fire in the house, and B, Xander to be wearing essentially a Carhartt.
Oh, they established that it's cold.
Yeah.
Because she's wearing a coat.
I just want to know, how the fuck is it that cold in fucking Southern California? You know, I have a friend who lives in Southern California.
The coldest it gets in the winter is all.
The coldest it gets.
And they all actually think that it's cold.
Maybe, sometimes rarely, I guess it might hit in the 50s.
Right. But that's like freezing to them, where that's like fucking t-shirt and shorts weather for us.
Yeah.
After a long winter anyway.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude, that's t-shirt and shorts weather year-round for me, thank you.
It's, God,
I can't wait till it's in the 60s again.
It's all relative to whatever season we're coming out of. Like, we've been getting down into the 60s, and I'm like, ooh, that's burr a little bit. But coming out of a cold winter, 60s is fucking t-shirt weather.
Not to me. 60s is always fantastic.
It's consistent
weather to me.
For you. Well,
yeah, it's consistent for me.
Good for you.
I don't handle the heat well. Anyway, it strikes me as interesting that, like, apparently it's cold enough for them to have a fucking fire going. But also, like, who the fuck leaves a fire going when everyone leaves the house?
Oh, because she didn't have to build the fire.
No, it was already there.
It was already there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably the main reason they made it cold, but then they also worked it into the whole memory loss thing that we haven't even gotten to yet.
Which is clever writing, but just it's still like, I can't believe that it's that cold there, damn it.
I mean, I can believe that it's in the mid 50s.
Maybe.
Texas literally froze over not that long ago.
Yeah, but this happened 20 plus years ago. Now we're in the hard throes of climate change. We weren't quite yet then.
But it was starting to. Whatever. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, he's hiding from the loan shark. Willow pulls out the crystal. All the flowers go up. Oh shit. Giles makes his announcement that he's leaving. There is much wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Buffy's having none of it. She decides that she's going to walk out.
Xander's the first one to be pissy about it. Anya's like, don't play with my heartstrings, because she still just wants the store.
Right.
But yeah, Buffy is like, I can't fucking take this anymore. Y'all trying to help me too much, and it's really pissing me off. And she goes to leave, and as she's describing how much pain she's in and about to say something about feeling like dying, she just collapses to the floor.
Yeah.
And so does everyone else.
Can I just say that good on her? The physical collapse, like that looked fucking spot on real. Mm-hmm. And like, it was not to a pad. Like it was full body shot of her collapsing to the floor. Like it looked like it would have hurt.
Sure. There's proper ways to do that kind of a slump. It's part of training for stage combat.
Okay. Fine.
I don't remember exactly how it went down, but basically you fall to your knees first and then you lay yourself down. And there's ways to do it without it really hurting at all.
Oh. Still, it looks like it does.
But it's really a talent to be able to do it smoothly so that it doesn't look fake.
Right.
That takes lots of practice.
It did not look remotely fake. It looked like she just fucking keeled right over.
Obviously, she has excellent physical acting skills, both acting and what's the word? Martial arts wise, yeah. So, we cut back and we see that the fire has burned out, and so have all the herbs.
So it's hours later by the looks of it, because it was daytime. And now it's nighttime.
It was daytime. We know it was daytime because Spike was on fire.
Yes,
or smoking anyway.
Yeah,
and now it's dark out.
Everyone wakes up. No one has any memories. Xander's still fucking creepy.
It's a little questionable, his initial reaction to Willow. Ooh, female, hello. Yeah.
Well, at least we know what his natural inclinations are.
Yeah. I mean, okay, yes, this is a nice guy Xander moment, but he did wake up cuddling her.
True.
But he doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
So that's what really makes it questionable. Giles wakes up drooling on Anya's back.
Everyone's kind of, barely awake up until the point when Spike falls off the counter
and screams like a girl.
When he collapsed, he collapsed onto the counter, but he, in waking up, rolls off the counter.
Buffy and Dawn wake up separately. Dawn freaks out as Buffy approaches her. Xander just flies off the rail, wondering if this is some kind of psych test and if people are getting paid to fuck with him. Giles confirms that it's not just him and postulates perhaps we all just got really drunk and blacked out. Willow's really confused about Xander's initial reaction to her if he didn't know who she was. She's like, well, you were all like, ooh, and so the one thing they can all agree on is that nobody remembers a damn thing about prior events or who they even are. Willow and Tara realize they're in a magic shop, to which Giles scoffs, and he's like, that's ridiculous.
This is one of my quotes of the day.
Okay.
Magic's all boulder dash and chicanery. I'm afraid we don't know a bloody thing, except that I seem to be British, don't I? And a man with glasses. Well, that narrows it down considerably.
I'm glad you chose that, because my first quote of the day is Spike making fun of him for being British.
Yeah.
You Englishmen are always so bloody hell. Sodding, blimey, shagging, knickers, bollocks. Oh, God, I'm English. It was too funny.
No, it was good. It's a good. There's a lot of really good lines through these next couple of scenes.
Definitely a few more. And they decide that they must be related, father and son, due to the familiar sense of disappointment that Spike instills in Giles.
Yeah.
Giles and Anya decide that they must be engaged because they woke up together, and Anya's wearing an engagement ring, which doesn't stop Spike from hounding them with shame for their age gap.
Calls her a trollop.
A trollop. Giles' comment about being old enough to still get carded flips a light bulb on in all of them. Shit, why don't we check our IDs if we don't know who we are?
Obviously, Spike doesn't have a driver's license or ID, but also, oddly, neither does Buffy or Dawn. Why the fuck are they running around without IDs? I can understand why Dawn wouldn't have an ID. She's a fucking teenager.
Yeah, they didn't really start giving all high schoolers school IDs just yet. But why wouldn't Buffy have a purse or a wallet on her? You know.
Now, I know she doesn't have a driver's license. She can't fucking drive.
She'd still need a state ID.
But she'd still need a state ID, especially given that she is Dawn's legal guardian.
Legal-ass guardian, yes. Tara is still obviously super gay, even without her memory. She's just fawning all over Willow immediately, just hearing her name. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I like that.
And Dawn's wearing a necklace that says Dawn, so they correctly presume that that's her name. Spike sounds ridiculous as he laughs at Giles over figuring out his first name is Rupert.
Right.
He's like, Rupert. Like, why do you sound so stupid right now?
And then he looks in his jacket and finds the name Randy, and then goes on a little bit of a tangent of like, Randy Giles? Why didn't you just call me Horny Giles?
Oh, desperate for a shag, Giles. Because that's a Britishism that I only know because of Austin Powers and this episode. So please, can we get a confirmation from that on a British listener?
And then Buffy just decides that her name is Joan. Because she feels like a Joan.
She feels like a Joan. Anya figures out that her name is Anya based on paperwork and having a key that opens the register.
Hold on, though. She pronounces her own name Anya.
Anya. I'm Anya. Giles' name is also on there, so this only solidifies their theory of being a couple.
Yes.
And honestly, the evidence is really piling up.
Yeah.
In the other than Giles doesn't have an engagement ring.
Well, not all men wear engagement rings.
I guess not. Does Xander have a ring?
I don't know.
Because it seems like they completely washed over that. But I guess it makes sense that only she would have a ring.
Yeah.
So Giles is surprised that he owns a magic shop, obviously, because his default British brain is so stuffy, he can't even conceive of magic being real, regardless of all this Watcher training that he can't remember. Buffy names herself Joan. Dawn laughs at this. They correctly surmise that they are sisters based on how they bicker.
Yeah.
And they hug. It's actually adorable.
There's a great deal of myth about Dracula. I imagine the trick to defeating him lies in separating the fact from the fiction. What kind of an unholy creature fancies cheap, tasteless statuary?
I want to take a moment to look at all these characters, because this is a great thing that the writers do, where they essentially show us who these characters are without the memory baggage.
It was a really interesting writing technique. They could have done this two different ways. They could either say that these characters are now going to react as if they're all strangers, but instead they choose to have them react in the ways that they think they should be reacting, right, based on who they think they are in relation to themselves.
Well, but also it's a question of, because there's two, I mean, obviously there's multiple layers of who we are as people, but there's the idea that we are the story we tell about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And without our memories, we don't have the story.
Yeah.
And so they write them very well as like, what are these individuals' natural inclinations?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of important things I think we can glean from the characters based on how the writers write them in this moment.
That is true. Speaking of, I was about to say Spike gets jealous. I mean, it comes off as anger, but he's jealous of the hug.
Yes.
And the familial relation that Buffy and Dawn have, because he turns to Giles and says, you never showed me that kind of affection. Pause. I'd wager.
Right. And yeah.
He's mad because he never got enough love from his dad.
Yeah. And
that's a resounding insight into Spike.
Yeah, exactly. And it tells you a lot of his motivations throughout his unlife.
Yeah.
But also there's some other pieces of information that I love is even without knowing that she's the Slayer, Buffy is in command.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you can...
She's a natural leader.
Right. That tells you that A, she's a natural leader. B, she isn't just the Slayer because of the spell, that the generational spell bullshit.
But also not just because she's strong and fast.
Like, she is mentally like fit for it.
She's got the right personality.
But also another piece that I really liked is we see a little tiny touch of Tara before Willow.
Yeah.
But it's not all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you a certain level of like she's masking that still. She's still growing through that.
But
which is brilliant.
Also that a lot of her being, shy and demure was environmental.
Yes.
Not innate.
Right. But then I think the one that I like the most here, though, is Dawn. Because the first moments of this scene, Dawn is shown as terrified. Like, legitimately worried about everyone around her and just scared and kind of feel like...
Because realistically, she's only like 2 years old.
Right. But like...
Without her false memories.
Think of the character Dawn. Think of how often you see her where she's acting a little cocky and confident and sure of herself.
Overcompensating.
Imagine how much that is masking.
Right.
Like first off, she's a teenager. So like, obviously she's got to have anxiety just from being a teenager. But on top of that, given everything in their lives, that girl's anxiety's got to be through the fucking roof. But she masks it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an interesting aspect of the character that gets to be shown here, I think.
Yeah.
But on the same level, like you said, with Spike, he obviously has some jealousy and anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Giles is still basically exactly himself. Like there's really no difference whatsoever.
Well, except for the fact that he doesn't believe in magic. So that is
right.
A very learned behavior for him.
Yeah. Well, but that makes sense too, because like,
absolutely,
given his character, he strikes me as the sort who would have been very cynical and suspicious of magic before ever discovering that it was real.
Or just being brought up as an upper middle class British person.
Right. Yeah. But then we have, of course, Xander, which we touched on already. And then we have Anya, who is exactly towards Giles as she is towards Xander with her memories.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bickering, the way she talks to Giles when she thinks that she's engaged with Giles is identical to how she treats Xander. And she's still in the mindset of like, oh, money.
Yeah. Which is funny because in a bit she flip-flops their roles in ownership. She thinks he's the paperwork guy and she's the magic person, but
well, and that does tell us a little bit about how she views certain aspects and roles, because like her assumption is because she is a woman and he is a man, obviously she's a witch and she does the magical stuff.
That makes sense, yeah. But yeah, really fun looking at their innate character selves.
It's fantastic writing is really what I'm saying here. It is. I really like where they went with it. It's a lot more engaging than if they had gone in the route of, realistically, if we woke up around a bunch of strangers we have no memories of, we're not going to interact with them so quickly the way that they normally would have. Right. Well, and there is a little bit of aggression very beginning of the scene where they're like, hey, did you do this to me? Where it's like, no, we all have forgotten. There's a little bit of that, but I've seen so many instances where this kind of trope was done in a show where immediately everyone's at each other's throats, and That's just not the way. Like,
I'm glad they didn't go there,
Yeah.
just because that feels like a cheap cop out.
exactly.
Anyway, Joan thinks that a hospital is their best bet at getting help, and they all agree and gear up to leave. I have a quote of the day here. Randy says, Dad can drive. He's bound to have some classic midlife crisis transport. Something red, shiny, shaped like a penis.
And he does.
Oh, you're right.
He has the red convertible.
I forgot about that. That's great. They open the door, and 2 vamps scare the shit out of all of them.
Yes.
They slam the door shut, and they all huddle, discussing what they just saw, agreeing that they were, in fact, vampires. Willow and Xander run off to barricade doors. Giles wants to fight with magic tricks, or whatever they're called. And the vampires are yelling for Spike. Bring us Spike! So they think that they want spikes, as in stakes or wooden stakes. They're like, oh, I know where I saw some of those. Spike runs and gets a bunch of wooden stakes. Tara misinterprets their calls for the Slayer as slay her, so they think they're gonna use the spikes to slay a female. I mean, they're doing the best they can with the information they have. Willow and Xander found a trapdoor in the basement that leads to the sewer, but just as they're all trying to leave, the vampires break in and they catch Spike, demanding that the boss's kittens. Demanding
I
that
love their confusion.
that he owes the boss's kittens, and Randy's like, kittens? What the fuck? He's baffled. Xander prays in multiple different languages, like, I don't know what I am. And Buffy breaks free of the other vampire's grip and stakes the other one, and she's like, stay away from Randy. And I thought it was funny because she sounds so childlike and innocent when she yells that. she might as well have said, that's my friend, don't hurt him. And to be fair, they are all in a very childlike state right now.
Oh, yeah. That's what Tabula Rasa is about.
Yeah.
Babies. Tabula Rasa.
Tabula Rasa, yeah.
Blank slate.
Oh, right. It means blank slate. Yeah. I was like, what does that mean again? Yeah. So, yeah, it's very endearing anyway. The way that it's like, oh, she likes Spike. Like, she really does kind of like him. Anyway, she stands in awe and wallows in the novelty of having dusted a vampire for a moment. The other one runs away, impotently yammering about coming back with more people or vampires, and the boss won't like this. Joan decides that she's a superhero or something based on that one knee-jerk reaction that she had to stake a vampire. I don't think that was really enough evidence.
No. I don't think it's just that she stakes the vampire. I think it's that she realizes that she's super fucking strong.
Because she was able to break free of the vampire's grip. I guess I can go with that. Yeah, Xander faints. It's kind of funny. They overhear the lone shark outside saying that they'll wait for the humans to turn on him, and if they don't, they'll just burn the place to the ground.
Yeah.
Joan's plan is for everyone but her and Randy to run through the sewers while they stay and fight. Randy agrees. Rupert wants a goodbye hug from his baby boy. They do a 3-clap I'm not gay hug, and it's priceless.
It is.
And
and Giles and Anya believe that they're going to stay in the magic shop to cast a spell or find a spell to solve their problem.
Yeah, they hang back while Joan and Randy beeline out the front door past the thugs. One catches up to Randy, who turns around, vamps out, and Randy punches the guy 10 feet into the fucking air. And he turns around excited to call out to Joan that I'm a superhero too.
There's a priceless moment because he turns, I'm a superhero too. Joan turns around, looks, goes, screams and runs.
Yeah, it was almost Home Alone-esque.
Yes.
And much to Randy's confusion. There's a quick commercial break here. Randy manages to fight off 4 vampires at once and still looking kind of badass in spite of his ridiculous baggy brown suit. And then he runs after Joan.
It's a terrible suit.
Cut to the sewer where the rest of the Scooby Gang lowers themselves down a ladder.
This is a new set. We have not seen the sewer set before. And
Either
it is
that or
not the sewer set they use all the time in Angel.
Either that or they touched it up a bit.
No, this is a completely different set that we've never seen before.
Certainly
I don't know where they got it, but
pretty new. So Tara helps Willow land climbing off the ladder, and they linger their hands on each other's arms while making very strong eye contact.
There's a few moments before they get the memories back where they're about ready to just fucking make out.
Oh, we're getting there. Xander makes it a point to paw at Willow's ass a bit just as she comes off of the ladder too. And so they're walking along. Really, the way he grabbed Willow helped in absolutely no way. He literally just patted her ass.
Yeah.
It's like, good job.
It's the entire equivalent of how a lot of guys, when passing close by a woman,
will put their hand
on the small of their back.
It's like, yeah.
That does fucking nothing.
It's like,
and you're just violating the person.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that to a guy.
Yeah.
So stop it. It's creepy. So, as they're plodding along, they're all down in the sewer now. Dawn starts singing "The Ants Go Marching One by One, Hurrah," proving definitively that she cannot, in fact, carry a tune very well. And she doesn't get very far in the song, and they immediately encounter a vampire, and they run away. Run away, run away, run away. Back upstairs to the magic box. Anya ruminates a bit on how it must be nice for their relationship to spend all this quality time together in the magic shop. Rupert finds a one-way ticket to England in his pocket and quickly squirrels it back away, saying nothing to Anya. Anya pulls out a book, confident in her instincts that it's a great starting point in some sort of defense spell, whatever they want to find to help fight off these vampires, because she thinks he seems more the paperwork type and she's more the magic type, probably because of traditional gender role stereotypes. Obviously, it's dead opposite in reality. So she tries a random spell from a page and summons a rabbit, which she is implicitly scared of.
Yes.
It is not a learned fear for her.
Love it. I love it.
Which is crazy.
It's a true phobia.
Yes. They're so fluffy and adorable.
Also.
And needy. And they poop a lot.
Also, in my headcanon, her instincts twinged on this book because it is the magic book of summoning bunnies. Mm-hmm. And her instincts were like, oh, that's a bad book. We should never touch that book. I think that's why, because there's no way that full memory Anya doesn't know that this book summons bunnies.
Probably. Yeah.
And notice that book was kind of shoved off in the far fucking corner.
In not support of your theory, I don't disagree with that she would put it as far away as possible, but I think she would have put it up in the loft where all of the forbidden books are.
She would have classified that as a forbidden book. Yeah. That you are correct.
Sorry to shit on that theory.
That's fair. But also, I just want to note that if any of our fans know that this book exists, please God, don't tell me. Do not tell my fiance.
Or do.
No.
Do it.
I don't need that many bunnies.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
My fiance asks me on a all too regular basis about getting more rabbits. No. One is far more than we can fucking handle some days.
Well, you guys should come with me to my friend Emily and Devin's house because they have a whole ass rabbit farm.
Oh, we definitely need to take my fiance to that.
It's a fun, happy place. There's chickens too. And
I like chickens.
The chickens are very free range. We can play with the chickens.
The thing about chickens is they are evil. And chickens, if you've ever made good eye contact with a chicken, you can tell in their soul they know they're dinosaurs. Oh, no. And they know that they used to be the big scary things.
No, these chickens are nice. You can pet them. They're fun.
I don't believe that for a second. Every last chicken knows. Don't get me wrong, I love chickens. But they know.
All right. Fine.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. You hear how he talks about all you doodle-doos?
You're all dinosaurs.
You know you're dinosaurs. That's why we love you.
Once upon a time, there was a kitty. She was very little, and she was all alone, and nobody wanted her.
Did the kitty get chosen by some nice people?
Well, now you ruined the ending.
So back topside, we're on a residential sidewalk. Joan pins down Randy. She totally all out tackles him and points out that you're a vampire.
You're a vampire.
He supposes he must be a good vampire on a mission of redemption, helping the helpless. A vampire with a soul. Quote of the day.
Yeah.
Joan / Buffy says, a vampire with a soul? Oh my God, how lame is that? So
I just love that he basically gives the tagline for Angel.
he absolutely does.
Like, word for fucking word.
Help the helpless, a vampire with a soul. How lame is that? Pretty fucking lame.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I think we are in a position of authority on the matter.
Oh, God.
Back to the magic box.
Yes.
Rupert exasperatedly suggests trying another book. Anya.
She just keeps rattling off different spells and summoning more rabbits.
She's a bit panicky now and surrounded by a couple dozen bunnies. And swears that this book made them and it'll get rid of them. And then she makes another one.
Yes.
So back up topside, Randy prattles on a bit about how noble he must be and how great it is that he's teamed up with his enemy. No thought of biting her. No thought of her staking him. She's like, it depends on how long you keep yapping. Hey-o.
Oh, and that just tells you the true feelings that Buffy has for Spike.
She doesn't hate him, but he is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
They're perfect candidates to be a couple. Anyway, the vampires catch up with them. Bit of an oh shit moment. Cut back to the sewer where the Scoobies, Dawn, Xander, Willow, Tara, all duck behind a gap in the wall. And they hide, waiting for the vampire to pass them.
There's a moment where Willow and Tara are like ready to fucking make out.
Oh, absolutely. Their faces are right in each other's faces. They're breathing heavy.
They got hard eye contact.
Hard eye contact.
They do that thing where their faces are really close. They're making the really hard eye contact, and then they look at each other's lips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did. But this vampire must have terrible fucking hearing and a smell for a vampire.
Apparently. Well, it is the sewer. Maybe that's fucking with his abilities.
Maybe. Either way, he is not.
Angel would have found them already.
He is not high quality vampire material either way.
That's why he's a henchpower.
Right? That's why he has to work for a fucking land shark, a land loan shark.
I was going to say it. You know, you want to say the loan shark.
Land loan shark. So they switch sides on the tunnel after he passes, and they hide behind a grate as he doubles back looking for them, still not hearing them, even though they're not being quiet. Willow and Tara's faces, this is where Willow and Tara's faces are right up in each other's faces, and they're just like...
At least we know they're both definitely gay.
Oh, yeah. They're like panting.
Yeah.
They're drooling all over each other right now. How dare you make me watch this softcore lesbian porn? It's very heavily implied that they definitely want to make out here.
Yeah.
So back up at the magic box, Anya stands on a chair as Rupert begs her to come down and find a different
There's
book.
now a green cloud circling above as more bunnies are being summoned.
Yeah, he's begging her to find a different book. And another quote of the day, there's so many in this episode. Anya says, sensible? You think it's sensible for me to go down to into that pit of cotton top hell and let them hippity hop all over my vulnerable flesh? Then she makes fun of his Britishisms. And I don't know how Anthony Stewart had tolerated all this making fun of British people that they do on this show, being the only legitimately British person on the show.
The way I imagine it is if I were doing a project where I was around just British people and I was the only American,
I'd be taking the piss out of Americans constantly
and
too.
Especially because like no one knows the faults of your people like yourself.
Also, that might be the first time I've ever used the phrase taking the piss and just kind of completely meant it It
right,
just
like a genuine use.
happens to also be a Britishism that was pretty much very heavily adjacent to what we're talking about.
And that would be exactly because you're in the company of that many British people. That's exactly what it would be happening.
That's exactly how I would be phrasing it as well.
Love it.
Crazy. So, back up in the neighborhood residential area, Joan and Randy fight the vampires. Joan,
Yay, they fight. This is the part where they fight.
This is the part where they fight. Joan stakes one with a broken mailbox post and does a cool backflip as one of them catches her foot mid-kick. That was neat.
I liked the bit where she gets kicked in the face, and then she's like, note to self, learn to duck.
Oh, yeah. And Magic Shop, Rupert is sword fighting a fucking skeleton.
Yes.
He is completely Jason and the Argonauting it up there.
Yeah. And it is a Jason and the Argonauts quality skeleton.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yes.
Fucking stop motion skeletons.
Yeah. No, it's
you
fantastic.
Can't beat them.
It's fantastic.
Stop motion skeletons are fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah. The movement is creepy.
Terminator scared the bejesus out of me when I was 5 years old.
Right.
And I didn't realize at the time that movie was already 5 years old. So, I'm glad they didn't just play that movie for me while I was in the crib.
I don't know. It might have helped.
Maybe. Or I'd just be a
Maybe it would
serial
have
killer.
inoculated you for anxiety.
I think I'd just be a serial killer now. Yeah, sword fighting a skeleton while yelling at Anya to put the book down. And
hey, at least she summoned something that wasn't a fucking rabbit.
Finally, that's progress. Progress is progress.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back in the sewer. Willow and Dawn.
They have a moment.
They do an emotional check-in with one another, both feeling strangely calmer than they should given the circumstances.
Well, Dawn points out that it's scary, but familiar.
Yeah.
And then I get a quote of the day from Willow here. Dawn asks how she is, and Willow replies with, a little confused. I mean, I'm all sweaty and trapped, no memory, hiding in a pipe from a vampire, and I think I'm kind of gay.
And it's not the first time that she has said that.
No.
Which I think it is absolutely a reference.
Oh, it is an intentional callback.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
I like the look on Dawn's face in reaction to I think I'm kind of gay.
The eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So
it's very much but aren't you with Alex?
Right. Fucking Alex. So, yeah, careful everyone. That's how you catch the gay.
Yeah, that's how you catch it.
You got to keep your kids away from that shit. It's too gay. It'll make them gay. Or worse. It could make them tolerant of alternative lifestyles that in no way affect their own. You got to watch out for that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want people to be tolerant.
It's a real problem when things are not in any way your problem.
Yeah.
Woof. Don't get me started. So, back to the magic box.
Where Giles and Anya are arguing, huddled for safety behind the counter. Another quote of the day here during their argument is Anya says, I feel compelled to take vengeance on you, and then hits Giles.
Because she is deeply embedded in her soul, a vengeance demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. So there's a growling and snarling coming from across the room. They're blaming each other. She hits him with a book, vengeance demon reference. That's where that happens.
Oh, right. Yeah. This is when Giles is like, you know what? I was leaving you.
He drops the bomb that he found a ticket in his pocket, which means he must be leaving because it's a one-way ticket to fucking London. She throws the ring at him, which then bounces off and rolls over out onto the floor. And she's like, shit, now the thing's going to eat it. It's like, well, why do you care? Because she was just the heat of the moment. She didn't mean it. She loves Rupert so much. Oh, Rupee.
No, she loves that it's a pretty expensive thing.
And it's probably expensive, yeah. She is very capitalist. Back to the sewer where the vampires finally find them by their BO or whatever.
He finally opens his fucking eyes.
I hear heavy gay breathing.
Yeah.
And it smells delicious. Or he just literally, you know, like looked
Yeah.
somewhere.
They were not hiding well.
Not well. I mean, not that they could,
Yeah.
given the circumstances. But Xander tries to sneak up on him, but the vampire gets the drop, and they start punching each other in the face.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like you do.
it felt like slow motion. Neither of them were very quick.
No.
This vampire really sucks if Xander can take multiple punches from him without blacking out.
More importantly, I think this is a problem that happens sometimes with Buffy in general, when you have instances where vampires are encountering Xander or Willow and Tara and Giles to a certain extent, because these are just people and they should not be able to hold up to a vampire remotely as well as they do, even though they do have obvious years of doing this shit.
Yep.
But like the fact that there are more than one punch to Xander's face that he kind of takes. If the vampires are as strong as they're supposed to be canonically, no.
I mean, it is established also canonically that it really depends on who you're sired by.
True.
Angel is so strong because he's a direct descendant of the Master, who is old,
Right.
and age obviously makes you stronger as well.
Yes.
So the Master being like 1,000 years old or some shit, maybe older. I think we figured out at some point how old he is, and
Yeah,
it's fucking old.
Yeah.
And so that's why Angel is just innately stronger than most other vampires he's going to run into.
Yeah, and the fact that this is a henchpire and he's not good enough to be anything but a henchman.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
He's
that
lower
does make
class.
sense. That does make sense, but there's still a lot of these moments where it's like, no, the normies should not be able to hold their own in a fight remotely close to this.
Yeah, even a regular ass vampire should still be strong enough to cave in a human skull.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yeah.
But guess not.
Guess not.
Here we are.
Anyway.
The evidence would suggest otherwise.
Yeah.
Back to the magic box.
Where Giles finally grabs a book, casts a fucking spell, zaps the monster away. It's definitively shown that, yes, indeed, he's the magic man.
Oh,
And goddamn it, about fucking time.
try to understand. He's a magic man. And Anya puts her ring back on immediately, and they kiss and make up.
Yeah.
Boy, they really go for it too.
It's a pretty good on-screen kiss.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It feels awkward in my soul because I know the characters.
Absolutely.
But like the actors fucking went for it.
Right?
They're like, no, we're gonna make this work.
Oh, I think shit, what's Anya's real name?
I can't remember.
Well, I'm sure she recognized Anthony Stewart Head as a plenty attractive man.
Oh yeah.
And vice versa, and neither of them would have any trouble.
I'm 100% positive that she read the script and she's like, oh yay.
Finally. Jeez. And vice versa. Anya's one of my favorite characters.
I really
honestly,
like her as well.
honestly, she might be my absolute favorite female character. I definitely
don't know.
Willow
I'd have
loses
to
me.
think on that one.
Willow loses me around the time that she stops being nerdy and starts just being really cocky.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to think on that, who my favorite female character is. I don't know if I have an answer to that.
Anya's just so damned funny. I love it.
Anya's fucking hilarious. Anyway, back in the sewer, during the fight, Willow drops the crystal and the fight continues. Eventually, Alex manages, or Dawn pulls a broken something out of a pile of trash and throws it to Alex. This is the moment where she like yells the name Alex, and it like I'm like, who the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Xander. His name's Alex.
Like, I love that even the ones we do know their actual names,
Right.
they still don't say them correctly. But Willow and Tara never really use each other's names. So.
Right. So he gets the stake. He stakes the vamp. And then as he's like walking towards Willow and Tara, he steps on the crystal, shattering it, breaking the spell.
Oops.
There's a moment where they flash between all the people.
Yeah.
As the spell is broken.
Willow gets up off of Tara immediately as their memories come rushing back to them. Up at the magic box, Giles and Anya are still mid-kiss as the same happens to them.
Yep.
Both of their eyes open wide suddenly as we see the realization wash across them, which I think is hilarious.
I propose that moment where they from the previous scene where they start to kiss to where they open their eyes, that was actually one real time thing.
One
that they
really
cut.
long kiss.
Well, I just think because as they're recording it, they like, okay, start the kiss. We're going to cut here. And then, basically.
Oh, you think it was the same
Yes.
same camera shot
Yeah.
that they just cut. Okay, but canonically, I like to think that the amount of time that spanned between, they were just kissing the whole time.
Yes. And a kiss that long, there is lots of tongue happening.
Lots of saliva.
Like that is not just a peck. That is they are making out.
That is a good amount of saliva.
Yeah.
The gravity is just pulling down out of Anthony Stewart's head's sinuses.
God, you always find a way to make it gross.
That's what I do, Rex.
Yeah.
Emma Caulfield. Down into Emma Caulfield's.
Okay. Can we move on? Can we move on?
Let me just think of one more term that I'm trying to think of. The
esophagus.
That's a good one, but no. Mucous membrane.
Oh, God.
As her mucous membrane absorbs whatever contents of lunch that he had earlier.
You need to stop because I like kissing, and you're ruining it. You're ruining kissing for
That's how
everyone.
they know that their immune systems are compatible.
You're ruining kissing for everyone.
And it also
You're
bolsters...
ruining kissing for everyone.
Good! Because I haven't done it for a long-ass time, okay?
I'm sorry, and that sucks, but...
So I'm going to ruin it for everyone. I'm going to bully the population of the planet into making out with me. Wow, that came out a little bit incel, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit Xandery there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too far into the Xander.
I stand by what I said.
Anyway, Tara realizes that Willow did a spell immediately. Willow has all the guilt on her face. And then Xander laughs and then says that he just remembered King Ralph.
King Ralph. You know, I never saw it, but now I kind of want to. I'm sure it's middling.
Yeah.
Was that that's John Goodman, right?
Yeah, it's John Goodman.
Yeah. I was like,
it's not bad. It's solid John Goodman comedy.
Okay. I mean, that came out the roundabout this time, probably.
Yeah.
And I always remember seeing it on the movie store shelves. So I should see that. Would have been a core memory for me if I watched it back when it came out, but I didn't.
No, that came out in 91.
91! Goddamn!
So when this happens, it's more than 10 years old.
It's a callback for them, even.
It's callback.
Yikes. So, that's why seeing the cover of that movie is a core memory for me already. So, yeah, we're back at the magic box. No matter how hard Giles sweeps the floor, he just can't seem to get it clean. Anya similarly buffs the table with glass cleaner.
Yeah.
Ammonia won't do much for that wood, Anya. But whatever makes you feel better. Whatever makes you feel better.
Back to the streets of Sunnydale. The vamps are killed. There's not much. The fight's meh. The vamps are killed. The shark. Spike actually kills the vamps. Buffy gets her ass knocked out on the ground. Because she's feeling confused when the memories come back.
They just kicked the shit out of her while she was down. But yeah, now that they got their memories back, Spike makes that loan shark his bitch by promising to pay him instead of letting him forgive the debt. Now that's a fucking power move.
Yeah.
Now about these kittens, wouldn't they have been more of a kind of poker chip than an actual currency?
Yeah.
Like if you were to use potato chips to represent real money, or Pringles, and then you just eat them afterwards after you tally it all up on a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
But, whatever, it's funny. You owe me kittens. Enough time goes by, kittens become cats.
I thought that was a clever line.
Yeah.
It wasn't quote of the day worthy, but it was clever.
You're getting more cat for your money.
Right.
It's like paying interest. I've been feeding these kittens. You're welcome.
Yeah. And you know what? Kittens become cats, and then they make you more kittens. And you're just printing money at that point.
Exactly. See, money makes no sense.
Yeah.
In any universe. But especially the Buffyverse.
Anyway, Spike asks if Buffy's all right. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck you. And leaves.
Yeah, she fucks right off. She does not want his help getting up.
Cut to
the Bronze, where we get ourselves a big old sad panda montage.
Yeah.
What's this band's name? Do you know?
Oh, I just had it. I have the wiki open already.
Because they're singing very appropriate song lyrics.
Yes, and
most notably, Feels Like I'm Starting All Over Again and Goodbye to You are very strong themes.
Okay, important thing to note here. Okay, it's Michelle Branch. The song is Goodbye to You.
The singer's name is Michelle Branch?
Michelle Branch.
What is...
The song is Goodbye to You.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, it was specially recorded for the appearance on the show.
I thought it might be. Because the theme is just a little too on point.
While on tour, she actually recorded a differently arranged version. If you look for like an MP3 or whatnot of this song, it will be different than this version of it.
Okay,
so there's a unique version of this.
There's no band name per se. It's just
Michelle Branch.
She, the artist.
Yep.
Okay. Very appropriate song lyrics. Good to know that it was. Wait, so she wrote this song for this episode, or
No.
did a special recording?
She did a special recording for this episode.
That's a bit different, but it's very fitting regardless. And so as she's playing and singing, it's a very pretty song. And she's a very good singer. Loved it. Buffy, we see staring blankly while sitting at the bar at the Bronze. We cut to Tara packing up her things. Willow sitting on the floor against a dresser in another room, contemplating the consequences of her actions.
Yeah.
I hope. But maybe not.
Bawling her fucking eyes out at the very least.
Giles drew the short straw and sits in the middle seat of the coach section on an airplane. That kind of sucks.
And that can't be a short flight.
No.
California to fucking England?
I know it was 16 hours to get from California to South Korea, but also it depends on which direction you're going because of the jet streams, because there's only 12 hours to get back because you catch a tailwind. Anyway.
10 and a half hours, LA to London.
Woof. So
fuck that. Middle seat for 10 and a half hours?
Yep.
Oof.
Willow again. We're back to Willow. Her lower lip starts to putter and she starts to cry. Single tear down the right side of her face.
Yeah.
Allison Hannigan is so fucking good at crying on cue.
She is.
And it makes me want to cry every time. Spike approaches Buffy at the bar. She looks away and does not seem to want his attention. He turns heel and fucks right off, looking a bit perturbed.
Yeah.
Tara tries to hug Dawn goodbye as she walks out the door, but Dawn stomps away upstairs. Everybody's so upset. It's so sad.
And, I get that Dawn is probably really upset that Tara is leaving, but if Dawn should be mad at anyone, she should be mad at Willow.
Damn right.
How dare you make your girlfriend go away?
Yeah.
Anyway, then we cut back to the bronze.
The camera circles around back into the bronze to Buffy and Spike making out like crazy.
And to quote Josh, it's quite hot.
It's quite hot, yeah. Gerarg.
Is this from me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more! Nights I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
God, it's good to be back on Buffy.
Woo!
It's been a long time.
It's so much less effort to expend on a normal episode.
I know for you listeners that we just did a Buffy episode, but you don't understand. We recorded that Buffy episode half a year ago.
Back in February.
Yeah. We haven't recorded Buffy in a long time.
It's been a minute. So my question starting out here is, would the spell have ever ended if Xander hadn't accidentally crushed the crystal?
I don't think so.
Or at the very least, if it does naturally wear off eventually, would Giles and Anya have gotten married first?
No, I don't think they would have.
You don't think?
I don't think that even if they had never gotten their actual memories back, I don't think they could have made a relationship work. I don't think it could have worked at all.
I don't know. Giles seemed like he was bound and determined to be a man of honor.
No, I don't. No. I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm half inclined to agree. The sparks weren't really there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
My question is, so the flowers bursting into flames like they did,
yeah,
that unquestionably accounts for everyone losing their memories. But it doesn't necessarily account for the depth of losing their memories. How much would it have, if Willow had cast the spell and not had all the flowers burst into flames, how much memory would it have wiped from Tara and Buffy? Would it have made them blank slate like that?
If
the spell had gone about the way she cast it.
Yeah.
She cast a spell and used the line tabula rasa, blank slate.
Yeah.
So the bursting of flames of the rest of the flowers accounts for everyone losing their memory.
So you're saying if it had gone completely as planned, how much of their memories would it have wiped?
I think it would have still wiped all of Buffy and Tara's memories.
I think it's the other way around. I think all of the extra bag of flour being burned accounts for the extra depth to which it made them blank slates, but it doesn't account for everyone else losing their memories besides the one whom she named in the spell.
Yeah.
That's what makes more sense to me.
But to me, the problem here is she specifically uses the line tabula rasa in the spell.
Yeah.
That means blank slate. That the psychological term tabula rasa means the level of which we are as a psyche without all the fucking information that we have.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking daily memories and the random things that we can recall. Like, who are we at our core? That's what the whole episode's about. She uses that line in the spell. I think the spell was going to fucking blank slate the fuck out of Buffy and Tara, no matter what, because she was that desperate and stupid.
I disagree, because I think if you just think of it in terms of potency, it makes sense to me that it wouldn't automatically just be like, okay, here's your memory, here's the spell. It's just automatically going to cut it down to here. It's like a spring, and you need a certain amount of punch to get them down to 0.
Okay, I can
blank
understand.
Slate.
Right.
The one little bit of flour that she burned would have only taken them down to like 75% or 80%, whereas the whole bag banged the bell at the top of the carnival game, you know?
Yeah.
Or she was only going...
I'm very curious.
If you smoke a little bit of weed, you're going to get a little bit high. If you eat the whole bag, you're going to wind up in the hospital. If your girlfriend feeds you 4 cookies without telling you, you're going to have a bad time, okay?
Yeah. Oh, fuck that. Anyway, I'm actually curious what the listeners think on that one. If the spell had gone as planned, what would it have accomplished specifically? I'm curious of the different views on how the magic would have worked.
Yeah.
Anyway, what'd you feel about this episode?
Be nerds with us.
Yes.
And pontificate about these completely non-real concepts.
Exactly.
Since somebody commented on our fucking video, a review with or interview with Harry Groner, and they were like 3 nerds talking about what was it? 3 nerds talking about fan fiction in a really scathing way, and I'm like, yeah, you're welcome.
Right?
One of whom is much smarter and more successful than us and famous and better than you, dickhead. Yeah. So you're welcome.
And you know what? Our entire fucking entertainment empire in the U.S. is built on nerds talking about shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so how did I feel about the episode? I thought it was a great follow-up.
Yeah.
I was like, man, how do you follow that act of Once More with Feeling? Well, just like this. It was fun.
It's the best way to follow up a fucking home run is to hit a fucking another.
Right?
It's the perfect blend of a Monster of the Week episode plus, big plot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm torn because I don't know if it's because this particular episode was written that fucking well and it was just they knocked it out of the park, or compared to what we've been watching for the last 10 episodes.
No, I think it's great because not only, the meat of this episode was the deconstruction of the characters to their core base instincts and their innate essence of their characters, and just getting to see that is a treat. But also it continues the plot of Willow and Tara's relationship and Buffy and Giles' relationship.
I just realized something. This is the other side of the coin. The previous episode with Sweet is an episode where everything is all emotion, all baggage. Everyone's singing about their baggage, and this is an episode with none of the baggage.
Oh, my.
It's the other side of the coin.
That is an excellent insight.
Holy shit, this was brilliant.
Thank you so much for that insight, Rex.
Damn.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, me too. It's time for quotes of the day, because this is a long episode already.
It is.
We need to move on. What's your quote of the day, Josh?
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my quote of the day to Anya while she's up on the chair and with the green cloud over her head. Sensible? You think it's sensible for me to go down into that pit of cotton top hell and let them hippity hop all over my vulnerable flesh? I don't know why, but this running gag of her being scared of rabbits has maybe not reached its logical conclusion, but it just keeps getting funnier.
It does.
And more ridiculous.
It does.
And finally getting to see her actually be steeped in a room full of rabbits.
But more importantly, I think there's something about knowing that this is a deep, visceral, it's like
a core.
Yeah, it is a
phobia.
Core of her person.
Because it's not memory based. It's just something about. It's the same way a centipede makes me go. Whoa.
Yeah. I'm gonna give my quote of the day to Giles for magic. Magic's all boulder dash and chicanery. I'm afraid we don't know a bloody thing. Except I seem to be British, don't I? And a man with glasses. That narrows it down considerably.
Considerably, yes. Jesus hell. Cool. Well, I think this has been another episode of Beer with Buffy, everyone. Don't forget to not follow us on Twitter, but maybe go ahead and check out our Instagram. I'm going to try to be a little more active there. I posted a few shorts already about our interviews with Harry Groner and what's his name?
When the fuck did you make us an Instagram? I don't remember this at all.
Around about the time that we interviewed Mark Metcalf.
Oh, well, shit.
I think it's, you know what? I couldn't tell you off the top of my, I think it's technically my personal Instagram.
Oh, no. Okay, I do remember that.
But I think I still called it at Beer with Buffy, but it's connected to my personal Facebook because it's all meta now.
And yeah, if, as Josh was saying in the beginning of the episode, if you have some specific moments that you think are hilarious and we could make a short of, we need more idea of what to put because we don't remember our own episodes.
Help us put some stuff out there that's going to bring in more listeners because we still want to make this podcast explode.
Yeah, and the more listeners we have, the more doodle-doos we have, the more we can bring you things like interviews and shit like the fucking musical episode.
Yes. Higher production value, more famous people that we get to talk to and possibly make them answer your questions.
Yes.
That's your motivation here. So anyway, also, the Beer with Buffy shop is back, baby.
Yes.
Go to www.beerwithbuffy.com/shop or /products.
Yes.
It's just going to redirect you to /products at this point.
Both of them will work.
Both of them will work. Frankly, you can just go to beerwithbuffy.com and it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
If you'd like to support us without buying our shit, you can go to patreon.com/beerwithbuffy. We have a cat naming perk or a car naming perk.
Or whatever you want us to name.
A ladybug
perk.
naming perk.
Yeah.
A weird, quirky perk.
Yeah.
You name it. Something funny and we'll do it. Maybe...
Within reason.
Within reason. Don't forget to review us on iTunes. That's the number one way you can help us. It also qualifies you for a free sticker and a possible free hoodie that we will draw approximately every 25 reviews that we get. And we're only one review away.
One more!
From giving away another hoodie with our logo on it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email us at beerwithbuffy@gmail.com. You can also text us or leave a voicemail at 269-743-0783. Future shout out and thanks to Adam Danis and Maggie Herron for all of our transition music. This has been Beer with Buffy. I'm Josh.
I'm Rex. Have a good night.
And don't forget to look out for all those red beady eyes and sharp pointy teeth.
You are the Slayer. Lives depend upon you. I make allowances for your years, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility, and instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
You have a sacred birthright. You were chosen to destroy vampires, not to wave pom-poms at people.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
You are the Slayer.
Go ahead. Prepare me.
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on.
By appealing to your common sense. Earwolves, incubi, succubi, everything you've ever dreaded was under your bed, but told yourself couldn't be by the light of day. One gal in all the world. Common sense. One gal in all the world. It was a bit, British, wasn't it?
Whee! Wait, what have we done? Why are we watching this?